welcome to the second week. What we are discussing today is advanced document formatting um, for Google Docs training week 2. And today we'll just be looking at some formattings and we'll be looking at Microsoft Word, WPS, and Google Docs because there's a little difference in how they're positioned. So, the learning objective to apply professional formatting with headers, footers, and page numbers, to adjust margins for different document types, to use appropriate font styles and paragraph formatting to create a well-structured sermon outline with proper formatting. Before I go forward, I noticed that some of you started your working on his module already. Thank you for that. For those who have not started, please go through um, the instructions and ensure that you submit your assignment. Because we didn't start on time, I extended the time limit for the first week so that you have more time to work on it. So please, it's important that you work on this so you get familiarized with what we are being taught. All right, moving forward. So the header, the text at the top of every page, and the footer text at the bottom of every page. The purpose is for professional appearance, to document identification, and for page numbering. Common uses document titles or chapter name, author name or organization, dates, page numbers, confidentiality notice. Alright, so to add headers, if you're using Microsoft Word document or WPS, you can go to Insert in menu bar. You will select headers and footers. You choose header, you type in your text, the header appears on all pages if you want it that way. I'm going to show you how to do that. Adding footers, you click Insert, Headers and Footers, you choose Footer, you add common elements, your name, date, page number as you deem fit. And we have the page number where you can click Insert, Page Numbers, choose Position, top or bottom. You choose alignment, left, center, or right. You check, uncheck, and show on first page. Then you click apply. So let's see what we are talking about. So go to insert. This is header and footer. If you're using Microsoft Word or WPS, this will be applicable. So I can just type whatever I want in here. Not basically whatever you want, but whatever is applicable to your document. So page number format, I can choose to have it to the right, to the center. Let's use the center here. And if you want it to apply to the entire document, to from current page only or current section only, you can choose that option. You have different kind of format, 1, 2, 3, or if you want the dashes, or the Roman numeral, or if you want like page 1, let's do that. So, and then we can go down to footer and you type something here as well. If you want to insert page number at the bottom, you can do that, but you can either input at the bottom or at the front, at the top. It can be both because it's serving the same purpose. Okay, so if I do that, then I just double click anywhere you have it there. That's the header and footer and the page number insert. If you are using Google Docs, let's try that. You go to format and header and footer right here. You can choose the inches you want. If you want 0.5, if you want 1 inch, you can also click different first page or different and even odd, and you click apply for Google Docs. All right, moving forward. And margins. What are margins? The blank space around the edges of a page. We have 4 margins. We have the top, the bottom, the left, the right, measures measured in inches. And standard margin settings, normal 1 inch all sides, default. The narrow, we have 0.5 inch all sides, more content if you have more things to put on a page. But if you're submitting for an assignment, I believe the regular acceptable margin will be 1 inch. And if it's wider, it's 1.5 inch left or right, 1 inch top and bottom for more. So let's do the margin. Here. Oh, sorry. We have to be in the document to see that. So we go to page layout, and this is the margin. So we want it to, if you want it to decrease, you see how it's moving up when I'm increasing that. I've been reducing that. If I want it to increase, you see how it's moving down. So it has immediate effect. If you want it to the right to increase, you see how it's moving. That's 1.5. If I want it reduced to 0.5, you see how it's moved. So that is what we're talking about when we talk about margin. To the left, up, down, right, bottom. We can do either way. So if you're given an assignment that said ensure that you have the margin at 1 inch, this is where you go to change it. If you are using Google Doc, we can go here, File, Page Setup, and there you go. You can type it in. The top is 1 inch, bottom 1 inch, left 1 inch, right 1 inch. If you want to change it, you can always change it. All right, moving forward. So once you have that, you can make any changes to your document. Ensure it's former and ensure that the sides are the same. For instance, if your left is 1.5, try to make the right 1.5 as well, to have it in a formal way so that you don't have the top with different margin and the bottom with different margin. Okay, to adjust the margin that I just show you now, click File, Page Setup, adjust margin measurement, top, bottom, left, and right. Choose paper size, letter 8.5 inches by 11 inches. That is always the default, except if you are told to change to like A4 paper. Let's try that. This is the paper size here. So if it's A4, you can change it here. If it's Lego, Lego is always the default. You can have it here, and whichever, if you want to print on small cards or envelope, there are sizes here that you can change to. If you want to do that on Google Docs, we have the page setup as well. Page setup. And this is letter, and whichever option you would like to select. If you are given a specific measurement for your assignment, this is where you come and you make the changes. All right, you can set orientation as well. If you want it as a portrait or as a landscape, you click OK. You can use the ruler option as well. However, I'll focus more on this because this might not be visible for someone that is just starting to learn. If you can drag rulers, that is okay if you're able to do it. It's going to achieve the same purpose. Okay, now, so we have the serif fonts, how small lines fit on letters. We have Times New Roman, which is mostly the requirement for formal document that you are submitting. Your assignment, your essay is traditional, it's formal. We have Georgia, which is readable, professional. We have Garamond, elegant, classic. These are best for printed documents, formal sermon, lengthy texts. And we have sans serif fonts, which is clean, no decorative lines. We have Arial, clean, modern, Calibri, friendly, professional, Helvetica, sleek, contemporary, best for digital reading, presentations, headings. So there are so many fonts you can choose from. So if you go to Home, these are the fonts you can choose from here. The primary one though is Times New Roman. So if you can easily type if you're looking for one, say Times New Roman and it's regular. And if it's not adding, it's always going to be 12 point. You can increase, you can decrease here depending on the requirements that you're told to provide. It's similar on the Google Docs as well. This is the font. Um, you can choose from here. You can increase or decrease. Right here, when you have a presentation to make, you have the normal text, you have the title that you can select, you have subtitle, you have the heading 1, 2, 3. You see, it's the heading 1 is bigger than heading 2 and vice versa. So you have those options here for your document. And you can choose heading here as well, title, if you want to bold it, make it bolder than the regular text. All right, moving on. So recommended font sizes, body text 11 to 12 points, the heading 14 to 18 points, subheadings 12 to 14 points, and footnotes 9 to 10. You can change your text font. You select the text you want to change. You click the font from the drop-down menu in the toolbar. You scroll or search for your desired font. You can type it like I showed you earlier. You click the font size drop-down and select size. You can use bold, italic, underline here. Bold, italic, underline. See, like if I want to underline this, just click on it, select it, click on it, and I want to remove the underline. That is done. Alrighty, moving on. So, paragraph formatting. We have alignment to the left aligned, most readable for body text, center aligned titles and headings, right aligned date, special elements, justify format document. Indentation, we have first line indent, traditional paragraphs, we have hanging indent, bibliographies, left indent, entire paragraph. You move right, access, format, align, indent, and indentation options. We have the line spacing, the single compact 1.15, that's Google Docs default. We have 1.5 easier reading. We have double, which is academic editing. If you want to submit a format paper, they will ask you to make it double. And access format, line and paragraph spacing. So let's go to format. Insert here, page layout. Okay, so we have for the alignment. Okay, we have here is aligned to the left, it's centered to the right, and justified. So it's going to be on the same with this. And if you want the indentation to change, it's right here. You can increase the indent or reduce the indent. You can decrease indent or increase indentation here. Indentation basically means like here, if I want to see, if I want to reduce it, it's changing. So I can move it forward. If the space is too, if I feel that the space is just too much, I can reduce it, goes back, or move it forward, depending on the option that you want to use it for. Line spacing. Okay. The line spacing, go to let me go to, okay, here, line spacing. So we'll go to, this is here, we have the left, center, right, that we talked about, your increase indent, decrease indent, lines and paragraph spacing. Um, this is the default for Google document 1.15. You can change to 1.5 or double. You can add space before for list item, remove space after list item, custom spacing. If you want it in a specific way, you can have that. All right. Um, the list, okay, bulleted list. We have here the bullet. Let's try to check for it here. Okay. Okay. Four. Okay. Um, for the line spacing, we can go here to paragraph, indentation here, spacing here, line spacing single, 1.5, double, at least, exactly, depending on what you want to do, and the bulleted insert format, bullet and numbering. So you can click, you can either choose from the menu bar, or you can go to format, select bullets and numbering, and these are the options that you have. You can select from either of all this, or you can just click here and choose any option that you prefer, either just by bullet or by number, and you can select more numbering from here as well. All right, so the best practice, it doesn't have to be someone outline, it could be your essay, your assignment, or a presentation. Use 1.5 line spacing for readability, apply first line indentation, um, use number list for main points, use bulleted list for sub points. You can add space after paragraphs for visual breaks. You can keep consistent formatting throughout and use professional fonts. Time News Roman for body, Arial for header. And the class activity, that's how we want you to work on. You already, some of you that submitted your assignment for last week on his module, you already have a sermon outline. You can work on that. And if you want, you can use this as a format as well. So sample topic, faith in action, Romans 12, 1-2. Just choose a topic, choose a reference passage. Introduction, present your body as a living sacrifice. The meaning of living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to God. Do not be conformed to this world. Be transformed by renewal of your mind. Conclusion application. But I want you to follow these formatting requirements. Margin 1 inch on all sides. Header, church name and your name right aligned. Footer, page numbers centered. The title in Times New Roman, 18 points, bold and center. The main point, 14 points, bold and center. Sub point, 12 points, 0.5 indent, line spacing 1.5. Just use this requirement to work on this. So that would be your activity. And this is just a quick reference guide and your own work assignment. Format your own sermon outline. You can use the class activity I just showed to you now. That's option one. You can create a formatted church bulletin or announcement. If you decided to do this, option three, format a Bible study guideline. Include the header, footer with page number. Whichever you select, make sure you follow the requirement for this. All right, this concludes our presentation for the second week, and I hope to see you again next session. And whatever question you have in class, we'll be able to discuss that. Thank you.